I'm Danica Patrick, and I'm pretty intense. Let's talk about one that costs $4.5 million to go to lunch with.
Okay.
You probably know who that would be.
Mr. Buffett?
Yes.
Okay.
I just read that just this morning, that someone paid $4.5 million to go to lunch. And this is someone that, do you call him a friend?
Yeah, a friend and a mentor. And
How did that happen?
I'm actually having dinner with him here in the next few weeks in Omaha. What happened was in 2001, when I left the Seattle Mariners, I was a free agent, and I signed with the Texas Rangers. And I signed for $252 million. And I couldn't believe when they told me that. I'm like, what? Someone's going to pay me that? Are they drunk?
There's a weight that's carried with that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It was enormous. Look, Tom Hicks, who is now a good friend and someone who I look at as a mentor and his entire family, there's an incredible weight that goes with that. And there's a stress level. And I'm used to just playing baseball, not being an enterprise. So it was probably too much too early. I was only 24, 25.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what? Yeah. But Warren, ironically enough, because the contract was so large, no one's asked me about this before. It's a great question. We needed the last 3 years of a 10-year contract to be insured. And the last 3 years are always the most expensive and the most kind of challenging.
So is that a baseball thing, or is this a youth thing?
Yeah,
why does there need to be insurance for
So let's just say
portion?
that I paid Danica $100 million.
That's fine.
I would pay an insurance policy, say Jeff over there or Ron. I would say, Ron, I want you to insure my contract with Danica. If anything happens to her, my $3 million, then it pumps, so you'll pay her salary. So I'm insured that if you're healthy, I'm good. But if you go down, then Ron Insurance pays for your contract, and I'm off the hook. Mm-hmm. Right? So because this contract was so large, Warren Buffett ended up insuring it, and then the contract was approved because they had full insurance, and then thank God for Warren, right? When I heard this story, I was like, what? That's cool. That's so sick.
That's so cool.
So I, of course, cold email like I do all the time to people. And
that takes guts.
And I'll tell you about that.
Like, that's cool.
Never thinking that I would get, like, I'm Alex Rodriguez from Miami. Why is Warren Buffett would ever answer my email? I was a kid, right? And Debbie, who's still there, she's been there many, many years as Warren's, chief of staff running camp down in Omaha. She wrote back and she goes, yeah, Warren would love to see you. And how's the next few weeks? I'm like, I'm there. Yes.
I'm there yesterday.
And then I ended up going, a handful of years back to spend 4 or 5 hours with him. And our running joke was like, you're insuring me, I'm training my ass off.
Yeah.
So
Did he put you through a fitness test?
Like you okay?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Yeah. You can swear all you want.
I'm training my ass off, so your money's good with me. And that was, he would have said, how's training?
Erod, I'm going to need you to do 100 push-ups and 100 pull-ups just to make sure this insurance is good.
That's right. Well, when we would order, he would say, well, make sure you give him some vegetables because he has to stay healthy.
Was it like a review? I mean, like you said, did you meet with him every year, you said?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
So was it some kind of like, did you have like the ultimate year-end review with Warren Buffett? Or was this just like, hey, we're buddies, let's get to know each other better? Or was there an agenda? Or
I mean, I would just say it's a little bit of a combination of all of that. But of course, you can't sit down with Warren for 4 hours and not say, hey, I'm going to give you a year in review of what we're doing, kind of what your overall thoughts. He would kind of dig in a little bit with me, can give me some great suggestions and request some things. And it was like amazing. It was like the greatest thing in the world.
That was like, I mean, is there things that stand out? And are there things that he gave you as suggestions that you thought to yourself, I'm speaking from experience, like where you're thinking, that's probably not a good idea, or that's not going to work, or why would I do that? And then you do it and you're like, oh my God, I really should start listening to people.
It was funny. Yeah, there was a few, but the one thing that I said as I left his office in Omaha, I said, Warren, can you give me some advice kind of going into the season, whether it's baseball or business or family? And he goes, yeah. I said, hold on, let me take out a pen and a paper. I got to write everything. I forget everything. So I take out a pen and a paper.
Respectful.
He goes, oh, you won't need that. It's super simple. I go, okay. He's like, put it down. I go, okay. So I put it down. He goes, number one, be the best baseball player you can be. And finally, number two, he goes, be a gentleman. I go, that's it? He goes, yeah. Hold on, let me write that down. So I wrote it down, and right, talk about simplicity, right? Be a good baseball player and be a gentleman. And he's right.